of that, let the game begin.
Green light! Red light!
Player 324 is eliminated.
What is Six Sigma? Principles of Six Sigma, Six Sigma methodology, and the DMAIC. Six Sigma is a business process for improving quality, reducing costs, and increasing customer satisfaction. This is intended to improve business process by gently reducing the probability that an error or defect will occur. In other words, the Six Sigma system is a method to work faster with a few mistakes. Nowadays, Six Sigma has evolved into a general business management that focus on meeting customer requirements, improving customer retention, and sustaining product and services. Six Sigma is based on the following guiding principles. First, reductions as variations is an important goal. Second, the methodology is data-driven. It requires data validations. Third, outputs are determined by inputs. Lastly, only a critical few inputs have a significant impact on outputs. Six Sigma programs are a form of TQM or Total Quality Management. It emphasizes the use of statistical and management science tools on selected projects to achieve business results. Six Sigma DMAIC. A formalized problem-solving process of Six Sigma is DMAIC. It is composed of 5 steps that can be applied to any process to improve its effectiveness. Let's break down Six Sigma DMAIC. The steps are: first, define. Set the content and objectives for improvement. Measure. Determine the baseline performance and capability of the process. Analyze. Use data and tools to understand the cause and effect relationship of the process. Improve. Develop the modifications that lead to a validate improvement of the process. Control. Establish plans and procedures to ensure that improvements are sustained. There are the numbers of tools that an organization can use for problem solving and process improvement. These tools aid in data collections and interpretations, of course, provide a basis for decision making. The following are refers to as the 7 basic quality tools. First, the flow charts. Second, the check sheets. Third, the histogram. Fourth, Pareto analysis. Fifth, the scatter diagram. 6. The control chart. 7. Cause and effect diagram.
Flowchart, a diagram that used to illustrate the logical or chronological sequence of tasks in a job or process. This is also sometimes called as a process map. So these are the standard symbols to be used for flowcharts: the diamond shapes, the rectangular shapes, and the arrows. First, the diamond shapes in the flowchart represent as decision, the rectangular shape represent as process, and the arrows, flow lines, is a connector that shows relationship between representative shapes. The importance of flowchart is to show the flow of the problem, makes it easy to understand the problem, and shows graphical description of the problem. So, as you can see, the example below illustrates the famous Starbucks business process.
A systematic prepared form of data collection and analysis is called a check sheet. This is one of the 7 fundamental quality tools since it is a general data collecting and analysis tool that can be used for a wide range of tasks. These are the basic questions that can be used in designing a process to collect a data. What questions are we trying to answer? What type of data will we need to answer the question? Where can we find the data? Who can provide the data? Lastly, how can we collect the data with minimum effort and minimum chances of error? This is the example of check sheet. Check sheet helps to systematically collect and organize data, and it's used in all phases of the Lean Six Sigma, DMA-IC. A histogram is a visual depiction of data distribution and statistic. The histogram is shown as a collection of neighboring rectangles where each bar represents a certain types of data. A histogram is made up of adjacent contiguous boxes. It has a vertical axis as well as a horizontal axis.
Pareto analysis identifies the problem areas or tasks that will have the biggest payoff. The tool has several benefits, including identifying and prioritizing problems and tasks, helping people to organize their workloads more effectively. Pareto analysis is a powerful quality and decision-making tool. If implemented properly, it will help in identifying the major pitfalls in any process flow, which in return improves the quality of the product or business. It is an excellent visualization tool to visualize the issues quickly. The purpose of Pareto analysis is to observe the problems and determine their frequency of occurrence. This, in turn, gives you the information you need to prioritize your effort to ensure you are spending your time where it will have the most positive impact. Pareto chart shows a bar graph and a line graph. Both is used in Pareto chart. You'll see that there are both bars and a line. Typically, each bar indicates a certain sort of flaw or issue and a significant unit of measurement. Frequently, the frequency of occurrence or cause is represented by the height of the bar. The bars are displayed in reverse order from tallest to shortest. As a result, you can quickly determine which problems are more common. The cumulative proportion of flaws is shown by the line. Scattered diagram. The link between hypothesized causes and consequences is shown through a scattered diagram. This is important in assessing if there is a correlation between the values of two variables. A correlation could indicate the origin of an issue. A scatter diagram is a technique for examining relationships between two variables to ascertain how closely the two variables are connected. It is also referred to as a scatter plot, scatter graph, and correlation chart. The horizontal axis is used to plot one variable, and the vertical axis is used to depict the other. Relationship patterns can be represented visually by the pattern of their intersection points. And this is the example of scattered diagram.
Control charts, sometimes referred to as Shewhart charts or process behavior charts, are a statistical process control tool used to assess whether a production or business process is under control. A control chart is always composed of 3 lines, a center line representing the upper control limit, and a lower line representing the lower control limit. These lines were established using historical information. Cause and effect diagram. A cause and effect diagram, sometimes known as a fishbone diagram, can be helpful for categorizing thoughts and brainstorming potential causes of a problem. An effective visual representation of cause and consequence is a fishbone diagram. The Ishikawa diagrams or cause and effect diagram. Goal is to enable management to identify the issues that must be resolved in order to benefit from or prevent a specific event.
Methods for generating ideas. Some of the additional tools that are useful for problem solving and or process improvement are brainstorming, quality circles, and benchmarking. Brainstorming, a technique for generating a free flow or ideas in a group of people. Each person from the group share thoughts and ideas on problems in a relaxed atmosphere that encourages unrestrained collective thinking. This goal is to identify problems and find causes, solutions, and ways to implement solutions. In successful brainstorming, criticism is absent. No single member is allowed to dominate sessions, and all ideas are welcomed. Quality circles. The circles comprise a number of workers who get together to discuss ways of improving products and processes. These are usually less structured and more informal than teams involved in a continuous improvement. Benchmarking. It is a process of measuring performance against the best in the same or another industry. Its purpose is to establish standard against which performance is judged and to identify a model for learning to improve. When we say benchmark, it means a standard or point of reference.